All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the AMATYMA series, and I'm really loving these kind of candid and unscripted conversations that I get to have with different men. And when I say different men, I'm talking about men who are single, married, divorced, or widowed. Men who are heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual. It doesn't matter. If you're a man, we're out to MJITA. I believe that every man has got a story to tell.
Yeah.
And so we cannot have topics about a man's journey or story, because that's his journey, that's his story. So with me today is a brother of mine, whom I've been wanting to come onto the show for the longest time. He's been so busy, so I've been fortunate enough to bump into him at this Empowerment Summit, the second annual summit. And he's finally here. His name is Sthembiso Mtshali, or is it Pastor Sthembiso Mtshali?
Both.
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 Welcome, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Finally. Yeah. Yeah.
I take it I'm forgiven now.
No. We forgive and we forget.
I love
Just for
that.
now. I'll remind you a little bit later. For
Sure.
those who don't know who you are, please can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, my name is Sthembiso Mtshali. I am a father, I am a husband, I'm a businessman,
Yeah.
and I'm a pastor. I lead a church. I'm a quite simple man, but I'm very deep.
Simple man, but very deep.
Yeah.
Usthembiso ukhulele kuphi?
I was born in a place called Mkondo in Piet Retief, and then I grew up in Pangeni as well. So between Piet Retief and Pangeni, then KZN, Durban,
Right.
work
So who does the
there.
KZN, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay. What was it like growing up as a boy in KZN in those days?
lovely.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why it was lovely.
Yeah.
We were not caring a lot about too many things.
Aha.
I still miss that
Right.
because that thing of saying let the bygones be bygones was standard, was natural.
Right. Yeah.
But as you grow, then there are many other things that makes it hard.
Sure.
So I believe that the youthfulness that we still miss as AMATYMA manje,
Right.
ukuthi we don't know how udlulisa izinto.
Aha.
Izinto ziyasibamba,
Yeah.
nathi
You hold on.
sayibamba.
Makraj.
Because at that time the identity was coming from the fact that you are a boy, uhlala ekhaya, and kwangasi sasingekho rich.
Right.
But
Kusemakhaya?
yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't mean ukuthi uma uzalelwe eMkhondo or
You'll
uzalelwe
end up there.
eLimpopo.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
Doesn't define
ukuthi
you.
yes, but also it doesn't mean you must not let the bygones be bygones.
I hear you.
So the key thing that I think we have lost is that we hold on to things.
Sure.
Because as we grow up, we then seek our identity.
Yeah.
And then we start identifying ourselves by how we feel
Yeah.
and what we have and what we don't have.
Aha. So we make it materialistic. We base it on material.
Exactly. And then we attach emotions and feelings to it.
Right.
Then we miss it.
Sure.
So what makes us then see we hold on to things, even simple thing, holding on to your dress code.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
things that you shouldn't be wearing,
Sure.
or holding on to your lingo.
Yeah.
You see, there are different types. I have a privilege of sitting with presidents
Yeah.
and cabinet ministers and so on.
Yeah.
Within certain meetings, I don't speak certain language.
There's decorum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have a decorum and you must observe protocol. Ungathi, "Hayi, mina ngumjita."
Yeah. Sikazi ngizophahluka.
You see,
Yeah.
we need that dynamism.
Sure.
And it comes out, ubona ukuthi you are crying for your yesterday. Uthi wena umjita wasekasi, protocol ayisebenzi. Actually, you have stopped growing.
Sure.
People are growing, they are forever evolving.
Of course, you have to change with the times.
Exactly. But if you are holding on, then
will stay there.
you can't let the bygones be bygones.
I hear you.
Now this is beyond anger. It goes to your point of view or your view of life. It goes to the issues of habits. It goes to the issues of your ambitions.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep on evolving.
Does that have a lot to do with forgiveness as well?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
bygones be bygones is interlinked with forgiveness, you think?
Highly so. Remember, people who can't forgive are people who are stagnant.
Right. They are stuck.
You get stuck.
Yeah.
And it is caused by many things.
Yeah.
There is a medical side of it.
Yeah.
There's a psychological side of it.
Right.
And then there's a social side of it.
Sure.
Social side of it will be informed by the norms and trends in
Yeah.
your society.
Right.
You're coming from an anger.
Yeah. And you can't even socialize with others. 'Cause
Yeah, you're socialized
you
that
don't
way.
mix. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you even mix with other angry people.
Correct.
So
And
you
find a
enhance.
perfect home in them.
Good eye.
Yeah.
Asquatin, machi.
Sekhaya,
Asquatin.
Sekhaya, la.
Squatting once, you
Once.
know. So
Yeah.
that's
I
one.
hear you.
But medically, there are people who've got chemical imbalances.
Sure.
That
And you have to acknowledge that as such. Eh?
yeah. Remember, before we didn't know. We
Yeah.
thought we must read the Bible to them and pray for them all the time.
Sure.
And yet it's just a chemical imbalance.
Sure.
You know,
And we never speak about it, especially as black people.
because we don't know
It's
it.
taboo.
Yeah.
Tell me something. How was your relationship with your dad? Is your dad still alive?
Yeah.
All right. How is it for you to still have your dad alive at your age, of course? But how was the relationship with your dad, and how is it now?
My relationship with my dad has always been good,
Yeah.
but I never spent a lot of time with him
Because
because my dad was never married to my mom.
okay,
So I was growing up mostly from my mom's
from one
family.
side, okay.
But I was, of course, spending time with my dad.
Yeah.
We therefore didn't have something that I would say it's bad. You know, other people
Yeah,
they would say, my dad
Did this to me,
and
he
I'm
was
still
not there.
bleeding.
Yeah.
I
None
don't
of
have that.
But you guys didn't have a close relationship.
Yeah, we could.
Okay. And how is it now? Now that
You
you're
know,
older, you've got your own family unit.
now there are just a few difficult conversations.
At-
Let me
at-
give you an
at your
example.
age?
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
One of the difficult conversations is that everything when we are growing up, when there's a decision to be made or
Yeah.
any other thing,
Yeah.
we said,
So what's the time?
so what's the time?
Yeah.
Manje. Time
So kuza wena manje.
Now I'm thinking,
and
but dude,
that reversal of roles, you think that's affected him in some way? With now you are in charge,
he's the one who don't want to do many things.
because now he's like, you need to run with this boy.
I don't spend a lot of time with him. I'm forever traveling. I'm forever working.
Yeah.
But when we're together, he's just a relaxed. He's a cool dude.
He's comfortable because he knows you've got this.
And that's what I don't like
But
about
why?
growing up. Because growing up will introduce you to responsibilities that you didn't ask for.
Ask for that you have to assume.
I didn't ask that now people must come to me for direction.
But
Sometimes when they start asking that question, I don't know the answer myself.
yeah,
It's a lot.
it is a
That's
lot.
another thing that people don't understand. We are very much depressed as men
yeah,
because of the responsibilities that are upon us.
Yeah,
But also another thing that has caused us to be depressed is our retirement plan.
sure.
There's,
It's
not,
non-existent.
there's nothing as scary as thinking about your retirement plan.
Sure.
Because number one, you don't know how long you live.
Sure.
Number two, if you are beyond 40 and you still have a house that is not paid up,
You've got problems.
the clock is ticking.
You've got problems.
Number three, if you are over 40, you still have kids that are still at school.
Sure. You've got a challenge.
It's not looking good.
Sure.
Then you must have more than just one stream of income. And you must be creative. You need a lot of grace from God.
Yeah.
And you need to work twice, if not thrice, as hard. You know.
So there's a pressure on the men that's unspoken, because you're talking about these depressed men. The highest rate of suicides is actually amongst men. Is it? Do you think it's
To make it
financial
worse,
strain?
to make it worse about this financial strain is that
Yeah.
currently you are viewed as a good man if you have money and you spend
You can
money.
provide. Yeah.
But futuristically so, you must not spend a lot now so that the future
can
is
be able
good.
to,
You
yeah.
must delay your gratitude.
Sure.
Now, the same society that demands us to spend on them today, especially our women, our children,
The same society that's going
is
to
the same.
expect 20 years down the
Exactly.
line.
Exactly.
And that's a bit unfair.
It's unfair, but I guess that's what leaders go through.
guess
We as leaders, we are living tomorrow today.
Sure.
We are shaping tomorrow today.
Sure.
And we are fixing yesterday by the views of how we see our today and tomorrow.
Sure.
So, as a man, you've got 3 seasons in one man.
Sure.
It's your yesterday, it's your today, and tomorrow.
And
And
all
your
of that is
tomorrow,
emotional as well, by the way. There's
yeah,
emotions that you have to deal
it's
with.
emotions,
Anxiety.
it's anxiety, it's also mental.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be surprised that your tomorrow informs your today to a point that you can be missing in your today.
You can be. Because you're already in your tomorrow.
Like us.
Yeah.
You're a businessman.
Yeah.
Your tomorrow is so great. You're working so hard, but you are missing in the growing of your children today.
Today, you are hustling for your family. You are never there. You are working late. You're traveling around the world trying to seal deals for them.
Yeah.
But you lose them in the process because you are
Yes.
not there.
Yes.
You don't see your kids developing into human beings,
You are
into
not there.
adults.
You are
You
not.
miss that.
You provide things, but you don't provide the essence of who you are as a
Sure.
parent.
And they end up not knowing who you are.
They
actually.
lose touch.
You are a stranger.
You only come to shout at them when they're doing something wrong.
Right.
So
or
baz,
to pour money into
yeah.
the problem.
Baz ubaba oyibhubesi.
Sure.
Mine's a mistake to switch on ubaba wakho.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
Yeah. They can't come cry to you.
No.
Because you are
They-
not there.
They can't be
emotionally.
vulnerable. They can't even ask you a simple question.
Yeah. How are you? They can't even ask you that
They
because
can't
they know
they can't
you're
even
too busy.
ask you a simple thing of what they're going through. Then they go to the next door person and then they are misled.
Sure. And then now you have to come and fix the mess
Exactly.
that you've caused, by the way.
Exactly.
Because you're too busy.
Exactly.
What is it about us as gents that propels us to do that? Is it because we understand the dynamics of you need to go and provide as a man? There's an expectation to provide, and with provision means that your time is consumed by your quest to provide.
It's a number of things.
Yeah.
Top of the list, I would say, it's the misunderstanding of the reality of life.
Sure.
We believe or we think that life must be balanced.
Yeah.
And we define balance as 50-50. So
Yeah.
if I have 8 hours in a day, 4 hours for my family, 4
For us,
hours
for
for.
one. But that's not.
But
real.
that's
It's
not real.
realistic.
That's not realistic.
Yeah.
So we need to master to be there for a right season at the right time. I don't know how to explain
Sure,
that.
sure.
In other
I get
words, when you are needed the most, you are
Must be
there.
Yeah.
And then when your business needs you the most, you must be there.
Sure.
So you must try to find a way to analyze your life and analyze where you are needed accordingly.
Is it a priority management?
And time management.
Time management.
Yes.
Conscious time. Because I don't believe that everyone is that busy. I don't think anyone is that busy to pick up the phone. And
I'm
check on
actually
your loved
going
ones.
back to school.
Right.
'Cause
Doing your
I-
MBA.
Yeah.
Okay, I was born with MBHA, so I don't
Ah.
need to do my MBA.
It's a
yeah, I'm born with some MBA. I'm born as MBHA, so
I've just discovered I've got too much time in my hands.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I've got too much time. The only difference that my time is in the early hours of the morning or late hours of the morning. But I have plenty of time.
time. And what are you gonna do with it now?
Go to school.
Plow it on yourself.
Yeah.
Now, how's
'Cause
that gonna compromise you and your role as a father and as a husband?
no, it can only make me better.
Sure.
The only thing that you must do, you must create structures, because one of the mistakes we don't want to do
Yeah.
is to make our family to depend on us and forget to build structures that will
themselves
sustain
when you're
us.
gone.
Exactly. So they have a structure, they must stay in that structure. I'm part of the structure, but if I'm not there, they're
The
not.
structure must
They're
continue.
functional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the narrative that when the head of the house goes away, the house falls. People come and claim
I never-
things that are not even theirs. Family members just come from nowhere, and we've seen this unfold where kulelwa indlu kagogo.
Exactly.
50-year-old man fighting for his mother's house, and the grandkids can't even enjoy.
That's
because
part of the
he's stuck.
structure. Yeah, that's part of the structure. But also, I don't have ambitions of becoming God for everyone.
Sure. Sure.
I'm not a Jesus,
Sure.
so I can advise, I can build the structures, but I don't want to put everyone on my shoulders.
Because then
My
who's gonna carry
shoulders
you?
are not strong enough.
Yeah. So when as a pastor, yeah, on your point of your shoulders are not strong enough.
Yeah.
Who do you seek solace from when you're down? Who do you speak to? Who's your what we call the six pack? Do you have a six pack of men that you know that no
I
matter
don't.
what, I've got these guys that I can confide in. If I
don't.
if I don't want to speak to my wife, I want to speak to my relatives. I want to speak to a friend or a man up there who I know will lend an ear. Do you have that?
I don't.
Why?
I have you,
Oh, but you
and
never
then I
even
have
answer my
others.
calls.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no. I need you have
have me,
forgiven
Rajan.
me. I need I was.
No, I've forgiven, but I haven't forgotten.
Okay, now you know I answer your calls now. Okay, but let me tell you why I say I have you and
Yeah.
I have others.
Sure.
The thing is, I believe that men need to learn coping mechanisms.
Sure.
and they must not limit them to human beings.
Ah, I like that.
Coping mechanism
that.
could taking a bicycle.
Playing golf.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could
taking a
be
walk.
exactly.
Yeah.
It could be the word.
Sure.
I'm a word-based man.
Sure.
It could be worship. So you need to know so that also you don't put too much weight to people who love you.
Then you become a burden.
You become a
because now
burden.
they do it because they love you, not because
Exactly.
they want to. They have to.
It's an abusive love.
It's an obligation.
Yeah, it's an abusive love.
Sure.
That doesn't mean that you must hold back when you can't.
Absolutely.
But
if
it's
you
not
can't-
every day when you can't.
I hear you.
It's once in a while. If you use your coping mechanisms.
I hear you. Yo, I'm actually going to apply that because it's really about finding a coping mechanism that will help you too.
You must
Not
know what
necessarily
works.
forget, but just
The
you need to
day,
get out of that.
there's this thing that I have people sometimes who drive me around,
Yeah.
and I don't. There are days when I want to drive,
Yeah. And you
and
feel
I
like you
want
want to drive.
and I want to be alone.
Yes.
I want to see the scenery. I want to
Yeah.
play worship music.
Yeah,
I don't
and
want
be by yourself.
Don't want my daughter,
Yeah,
my son in the
nothing.
car. I want me.
Sure.
And I'm not depressed. I just want to
You just want
refuel.
to- and people think that's weird that you want to be by yourself and
Exactly.
be in company with self.
My wife is a very interesting woman. She's able to say, "Can you please leave me alone?" She sits
Politely.
somewhere on the other side
Yeah.
of the house
And there's nothing wrong, by the way.
take a book and
Yeah.
relax, and then all of us, even kids, my mom
check,
said,
what's
no,
wrong?
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Guys, I want my me time.
Yeah. And
So-
we need to normalize that, ne?
Of
Allow
course.
people, and I think lockdown was the perfect opportunity for a lot of us. And we never used lockdown as an opportunity for solace.
But
and
lockdown was
introspection.
dangerous, bro.
It was very dangerous.
I used
Mentally
to,
as well.
first time when it started,
Yeah.
I was happy because
Me too. It
I
was
felt
like a
like my
free
house is
holiday.
big. I thought,
Yeah.
look, I've got a big house.
Until you have to stay longer.
Few weeks later, I saw my house shrinking.
Everyone is here.
I saw it
Everyone is
shrinking
here.
to a point where I was suffocating.
Yeah.
So lockdown taught us a lot of things.
It really did. In fact, I started the AMATYMA Wellness Network because of lockdown.
Yeah.
Because I found myself in conversations with so many men who were talking about their mental wellness state, their financial wellness state. You are stuck at home, the bills are piling up, but
Can
you're
you
not making
just
money.
allow me to talk
Please.
to talk about something?
Yeah,
Do you know that the thing you do
Yeah.
about our time,
yeah,
it helps you more than it helps all of us?
sure. 'Cause
Or
it's healing for me.
equally.
It's healing for me.
Exactly. Because what it does, when some people, they are so depressed because they are not walking in their calling.
Yeah,
So there is a fulfillment that you'll never get
Yeah.
until you strike the right chord with your calling.
sure, sure.
So if people knew how to love TT,
Yeah.
they must support our time.
Absolutely.
Because
Not because I'm trying to
no,
commercialize
but
it, no.
buying you a t-shirt
Yeah.
or buying you a perfume on your birthday
Yeah.
has lesser value
To
than
you
supporting
following,
your
coming to my
calling.
events.
Aha.
Absolutely. You're mfethu ishayile. And that's what it's about. And,
It's
I've been
and I
struggling
know
with
it
that.
because I'm a pastor,
Yeah.
and I have people who love me, but they love me the wrong way.
Yeah.
If-
If they could understand how to love you the right way,
Exactly.
things would be
If
better.
if I'm a pastor, you are able to invite me for dinner,
Yeah.
and you spend 5,000 rands because I'm there,
Yeah.
and I'm just having a one-on-one with you,
Yeah.
then you must have enough gut
Yeah.
to spend 5,000 rand to my vision.
like
Not that I need it,
I like that.
but I need your love to be appropriated.
To my purpose.
Yeah. It's
like
yeah.
that.
So there's a lot of misfiring. So and we
Sure. That is an insight of note, eh?
yeah. So
Sure.
so we must love people the right way.
I love that. And I'm actually going to apply it in other spheres of my life.
But you said it earlier. It's just that now there's more
Now
light
that-
to
yes,
it.
and now you
When you
articulate
come
it
to
in
your
that way.
child, and then you hoy in money,
Yeah.
but your child don't need the money.
Yeah. You just
So
you are loving
you are loving the child. No, maybe there's no problem
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, true.
But you are loving the person the wrong way.
Yeah. Sure. And all they want is your time.
Or a hug.
All they want is your time.
Or
And
nothing,
yeah,
just to see you around.
that's it. Just to know that you are in the area.
Absolutely.
I'm a brother. I need you back on the show. But as a parting shot before I go,
Yeah.
what is the one thing? Fortunately for you, your dad is still alive. What is
Yes.
the one thing that you'd like to say to your dad that you've never said to him? That he's going to watch when he watches this episode. If there is, I mean, you don't have to if there isn't.
One thing I like about my dad, at a close range and at a distant range,
Yeah.
he keeps calm.
Yeah.
He's a very calm guy.
Sure.
Calm, like calm.
Yeah.
Whether he's right or wrong,
But he's
whether
calm.
people around him are right or wrong,
Right.
he's calm.
Sure.
Even when he makes a point,
Yeah. He's calm.
he's calm.
Sure.
And many people
Don't
struggle
have
in
quality.
that. Yeah.
So what do you want to say to him? What's your message to your dad? I want you to say something that you've never said that you wish to say to him. Now a chance yakho tell. Now a chance to any time.
Hey, Shabangani Makalel, I think I just want to spend more time with you. I am going to make time because I'm more busy and you're a pensioner, but I love you. I love you.
Love that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy for black men to tell their fathers that
I love you.
And
It's
for
hard.
me, I mean, I remember telling my father I love him at the age of 42. I'm 45 now.
Yeah.
So just for me to even utter those words,
How did it feel?
it felt strange.
Weird.
Very strange.
You
Because-
didn't know whether you are
because-
straight or
yes,
what.
yes,
Not that there's
yes.
something wrong with
No,
being straight or
it
what,
was
but
very uncomfortable.
but you were not sure.
Yeah, and listen to this. So I say to him, Timer, I love you. Guess what he says to me?
Yeah.
What's even Donna Yaka? He didn't say I love you too. He says, Mara, what's
So he himself
He
now,
couldn't say it.
exactly.
And not that he loves me any less, by the way.
Yeah.
He's not wired like that. And we have to respect people for the way they are as well.
Next time when you talk,
Yeah.
that wiring, it's
Yeah.
key.
That's another conversation.
No, it's key
My brother-
because you are touching on things that will
this-
turn the world upside down. But
Yeah,
thank you so
okay.
much for
Thank you
having me.
coming through. And this is what this AMATYMA series is about, really having
Yeah.
uncensored, unscripted conversations with different men. And you'll get to understand a man from his point of view.
Yeah,
by
you
understanding
caught
his
me off
journey
guard with your
and his
questions.
story. Because if I come with prepared questions and there's a topic, you already are prepared with the answers. And I don't want that. And this is what this is about.
You got the truth.
Hey, Tada.
Danko.
Hey, Tada.
Danko.
No. That was powerful. Okay.